Welcome back, everybody. It's your girl Cece, and I'm doing another book review. I love reading books, but today we're gonna discuss Runaway Groomsman. This book was so good. Oh my goodness, it's kind of a bigger book than what I usually read, but it was really, really good. I love a romance, as I said. But the book was about a guy named Sawyer. He used to date this lady, and then they was together for a while. Then they end up breaking up, and she ended up getting with his best friend. She ended up marrying his best friend, and he kind of put his feelings to the side, but it built up inside of him. So he ended up going to the wedding, and when he got to the wedding, oh my goodness, he just blew up. He he went back and forth with her, and then as he was going out, he gave him the double middle fingers to her, and he ended up just running out, almost falling, forgot his shoe like a Cinderella, forgot his shoe as he was running out, and just ran through the rain and ended up getting drunk and things. And he went into this small little town, went into this bar. And when he was in the bar, he got really, really drunk. The two ladies in the bar ended up having to take him to his room. And as they took him to his room, they thought he was dead because he wasn't moving and stuff. So they were scared to even touch him. They was looking at each other like, oh my goodness. But one of the ladies, she remembered him. They actually had went on a date. Her name was Fallon. They went on a date before, and she remembered him from the date. And let's go back to it. And when they thought he was dead, he wasn't. So then after that, he ended up waking up and he looked at a hot mess, a hot mess. And then he ended up coming downstairs and ended up talking with them, and he ended up staying there. He's actually an author, and he writes books, love books at that. And they put the love books and turn them into films, and he as he stays there, he's trying to avoid it because now y'all know how social media is today. Once somebody gets you on social media, it is all over making memes, making everything, and going wild on all the platforms. So, he had to stay away for a little bit because he was embarrassed and he knew he was going through some changes. So he thought he'd clear his mind at this little town in California. As he stayed in this town, stayed for a little while, he the girls was kind of Fallon was kind of disappointed that he didn't remember her because they ended up going on a blind date before. And she always tell her best friend Jazz everything. So Jazz was like, she doesn't, Jazz is real hard lady. She's hard on people. She done been through things in relationships. She was slash your tires. She had slashed her ex tires before. But come to a realization, Sawyer's brother came through and bought him some clothes and stuff because he decided to stay in this little town and not tell anybody else but his brother where he was. So the brother was like, hey, you remember her? You went on a date with her. And he's like, wow, did I? And he was like, she's really a pretty lady. He couldn't remember the date for nothing. So that's already strike one. But Violet has a boyfriend, and Sawyer stays there. Fallon's grandfather owned this little cabin. That's where they're working on and renovating the cabin and things like that. And her grandfather has Alzheimer, and he don't. If you don't know what that is, he kind of remember things and don't remember things, and sometimes it could be another day, and just kind of his mind goes back and forth. But Sawyer saw a sign, and then he was working on some things, and her grandfather told him, you broke my bench, which the bench been broke forever, but he doesn't remember certain parts. So Sawyer's like, okay, he'll fix it, because he used to be a contractor where he fixed on things. So he ended up fixing things around there, but he didn't want to let the girls know because he didn't want judgment. He just wanted to do it out of the kindness of his heart. Jazz, the best friend, always giving him a time anyway, but he just go around and kind of fix things. And Fallon, which is the granddaughter, she was like, oh, I see these things being fixed. Who's fixing it? But she was thinking her dad was getting things fixed around there because they knew that they was going to close the place, and she's trying to get it together for renovations again because she want to keep it going since it's been in their family. Her grandmother passed away a while back too, so that's been hard. Her raising her grandfather with Alzheimer and her grandmother being down, and he keep thinking that the grandmother is still alive, and she has to go through a lot. Fallon has a boyfriend named Peter, and Peter lives kind of far away, and he comes back and forth to see her. But Peter hopes that one day, they could actually be together and have a life and things like, and have a life and stuff like that. And but Fallon wants to stay in the town that she is. She wants to renovate and do the cabins over, and this is home to her, so she don't want to go nowhere. But going back, Fallon and Sawyer, they end up spending more time together fixing on the cabins. And at first she didn't want him to do it, but she knew she needed a helping hand. They end up fixing on the cabins, and as they fix on the cabins, he get closer to her. They become friends. I think Jazz always like Sawyer at that point of time, but she gives him a hard time. Sometimes we have that friend that always give you a hard time, be hard up, like for you to go back and forth, but it's their way of showing, hey, I like him, but I'm giving him a chance. But as she get closer to Fallon and they end up falling for each other, she never ever ever told her ex-boyfriend or anybody else that she loved them. And she just felt different with Sawyer. She felt like, her feelings are growing. She felt a tingling all over her body. She just felt things for Sawyer that she didn't feel with Peter or any other guy that she ever been with. So they end up talking, being friends, and everybody can see that them two have a thing for each other. They even know that they have a thing for each other, but they don't want to, pressure it to go further because they know that Fallon has a boyfriend, and he's very respectful. Sawyer is, so he takes it day by day, and he's getting over the point of his ex marrying his best friend, and he's at this quiet spot, and he's just living a peaceful life. Sometimes it takes for you to go out and do something different and try new scenery, to clear your head. And I think that's the right spot for him. Go back to what he kind of used to do, working on things, building things, clearing his mind, because he got to clear his mind because he's in contract to write another book. So as they get closer together, Fallon and Sawyer, they end up realizing that it's so much they have in common. He makes her laugh. She makes him laugh. He has corny jokes that she loves. He can fix things. And one thing for sure that Fallon loves is that he put her first and her grandfather first. Like the things he do for her grandfather, like he go along with the flow. He fix things. He let the grandfather, participate. The grandfather love things like that. Makes his mood better. And he just get to know the grandfather before he even get to know Fallon more. So they go through the changes, go out, talk more. And they start to fall for each other. And she realized that Peter is not the one for her. And it's more like she has this feeling that she never had before. So she want to see where it really goes. But Peter comes down and he sees that they have a connection. He goes into this jealous boyfriend. And he does things, take his shirt off and try to kiss her and touch on her more because he's in this jealous mode. Then they finally end up breaking up, her and Peter. And so you're like, hey, I don't want to be a rebound guy. Let's take it slow. Let's just talk. Let's just, I want you, you want me, but we're going to take it slow because I don't want to be a rebound. I want to make sure this is real. I want to make sure what we feeling is real, which is good. Hey, you don't hear too many men say taking it slow. And she's ready to. She's ready to jump in bed. She's ready to kiss and touch on him and all this good stuff that she's ready to do. But he's like, nope, we're going to take it slow. I'm not ready for that. Let's wait it out. But anyway, through the whole story, the book is really, really good. I love a happy ending. They do go through a couple of things at the end. I ain't going to tell all the story, but I told a lot of it. But you should definitely read this book, especially if you love a good romance. It got laughter and humor, jokes, the crazy best friend, the brother talking trash. I love to read these kind of books. The book was really, really good. Everybody usually say, what do you give it a star? I always give my books a 4 because I feel like I want to see what's going to go next, if it's a little bit of change. But 4 is good to me. 4 out of 5 is good to me. I recommend it though. I recommend it. It is a series to it, I think. I've been reading a couple of her books, and I love her books so far. So they're really, really good. So if you love a good love romance and you love a little bit of humor and drama in it, hey, this is the book for you. Get it, check it out. Um, yeah, and I love a happy ending. I love a love romance. This is my book review. I give it a 4, and I can't wait to read the next book by her. Make sure y'all follow me and subscribe. I'm gonna do some more book reviews. This is my second book review that I've done, but I read a book a week, so I'm gonna keep on let y'all know what's going on. So yeah, this is a great book. Check it out. And if you do decide to read it, let me know what you think about it, how you like it, what you thought of the book. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. I got some more books coming in. Be tuned the next week. Have a good one.